Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to our latest 40k battle report, and today I'm being joined on the channel by Joe.
Hiya.
Welcome to the channel, mate. First time on Geeks Wargaming.
First time playing you as well?
It is actually, yes. No, it is the first time we've faced each other. So me and Joe met, two years ago now at ITC tournament, the Northwest Open.
The LCO.
Oh yeah, Last Chance Open actually. So one's up in Southport, and we never have been drawn against each other in our times at tournaments. So this is going to be quite fun, I think. So today I'm taking my Space Wolves, and because I'm taking Space Wolves, Joe has brought
Thousand Suns.
Thousand Suns. Oh boy, do we hate each other. Two chapters that have got a lot of hatred for each other, and it does go back 10,000 years to heresy, doesn't it? Yeah. Because Magnus did quite a lot wrong. I know you won't agree. And that I'm trying to do this with no spoilers. And then obviously there was a bit of a fight. And a bit of an incident with Magnus. Well, he was in the wrong. And so because of that, we hate each other. The two chapters literally do detest. And it's going to be a good fun game. I really, really am looking forward to this.
It's going to be good. Try and show you the true power of the warp.
Yes. Now that is one thing with Thousand Suns, is they are very strong psychics, obviously. Smite is going to be an issue today, I think. I think the amount of smite that you put down, and you don't get affected by the
+1, nope.
+1s.
Extra range, no +1, so it's all good.
Extra range and no +1s on your smite. Thanks a bunch, Games Workshop. But I do have speed on my side, so I'm taking 2 squads of Wolfen. I'm also taking Thunderwolf Cavalry. Now, these are my go-to troops, but I know there's a lot of discussion, shall we say, online about whether or not they're any good anymore. And they've all got Storm Shields as well, so I'm a little bit peeved because I'm paying 10 points for a Storm Shield where everybody else pays 2 when it comes to my Thunderwolf Cavalry. But I want to see if they still perform, because in the games I've had them before, they have, and they perform really well. But looking at the online discussions about would you take them instead of Wolfen, I don't know, and I'm looking forward to seeing that in today's game as well, because I've got ideas. But yeah, so today's mission we are doing Vital Intelligence. Now this is out the new chapter approved, so there's a couple of changes. So basically there's 5 objectives on the board.
Yep.
And at the start of every battle turn, we're going to take it in turns to roll the dice, and one of them will be worth double points. Roll of a 6, they're all worth double points. And I really like the idea behind this mission.
It keeps you moving around, keeps you going for the points.
Yeah, I like the way that it could be bouncing around all over the battlefield, which one's worth double. So you might get lucky, and you might get one that keeps landing on yours, or it literally could just be, oh, I've got to go over there to get it now, or I've got to go over here. And I like the idea of the 6, they all go.
Where your speed helps.
Now that's it, you see, that is where my speed helps. Spearhead Assault as well, so long ways but with a point. So, 18 inches apart. If we deploy right on the edge, I can be in combat in turn 1. I'm thinking about putting some Wolfen in hunt mode, so they're off the battlefield as well. I think you're on about deep striking some stuff in as well.
A couple of things as well, yeah. Yeah,
so there's going to be a couple of units missing off the board, and we've got to put them in as the game progresses. Looking forward to that. So, shall we go take a look at the armies? So this is the 1,750 points of Thousand Suns for today's game. We have a battalion detachment and we have a Vanguard attachment. So, we have Araman himself, HQ and Warlord for today. We also have a
Exalted Sorcerer on foot. He's got 2 power swords this time instead of the staff.
Nice. Into troops, we have Rubric Marines.
So 9 Rubric Marines, just standard as they are.
Yeah, next troop choice.
20 Zangors with blades and the Greyhorn.
Is that the same loadout for these?
Same again for the second blob of 20.
And then also in the battalion, we have
3 Zangor Enlightens with bows.
And behind them?
Behind them is Shaman. To just buff them up and give them those extra hits and auto wounds.
And then the Contemptible Dreadnoughts?
No, so we've got the unit of 4 Spawn.
Oh, yep.
In there with the battalion, and then finally the Rhino. It's got 2 combi bolters on top of there.
So I'm guessing the Rubric Marines might be going in there.
Marines and probably the Sorcerer as well.
Yep. And then into the other detachment we have the Demon Prince.
Yep, wings, talons, standard really.
Bit of a nasty beast.
Yep.
And then in the elites,
so we have 5 Terminators, power swords, combi bolters, and one has the missiles and the cannon with her, extra shots. One Contemptor Dreadnought with a C-beam and a Kurz pattern assault cannon.
And then
the
finally,
second one with twin butcher cannons for lots of shots.
so that is the Thousand Suns that are facing all their mortal enemies of the Space Wolves today. This is my 1,750 points of Space Wolves today. In a battalion detachment, HQ and Warlord, I am taking Herald Deathwolf. This guy comes as standard. Next to him is Crom Dragon Gaze, who will be teaming up with some of the troop choices. The first of the troop choices, I have a 5-man Grey Hunter squad, all equipped with bolters. Next Grey Hunter squad, there is a 7-man in here. There is a pack leader with a power fist and a plasma gun. Next troop choice, there's an 8-man Grey Hunter squad, again pack leader with a power fist and a plasma gun in here. Fast attack, I'm taking 6 Thunderwolf cavalry guys, all equipped with storm shields. There are 2 power fists, 2 thunderhammers and 2 chainswords in that squad. Next heavy support choice, I am taking my long fangs, 2 las cannons, a missile launcher, a heavy bolter, and then the pack leader with a plasma gun. Elites, bulk of my force really, I'm taking a dreadnought that has twin las cannons, a 5 Wolfen squad, 2 thunderhammers, 2 storm shields in here, and then 3 with frost cores, and then exactly the same loadout for the second of the Wolfen squads. So that is the Space Wolves for today. The forces of Space Wolves and the traitor Thousand Suns are down on the battlefield, this dusty outcrop of this planet, about to experience the full force of 2 chapters who hate each other more than anything, going face to face. Objectives are down, 5 of them on the battlefield. We have number 4 here deep within the Space Wolves lines. Thunderwolf cavalry, Herald Deathwolf just sitting on that one. Longfangs up on top of the bastion. There are a squad of Grey Hunters just inside the bastion that are holding on to objective number 4. Objective number 1, slap bang in the middle of the battlefield. And then we've got a big chunk of the Space Wolf force. We have the Dreadnought with the las cannons. We have a squad of Wolfen and another squad of Grey Hunters with Crom Dragon Gaze ready to work their way up over the rocks and into the centre, hopefully securing that objective. The third and final objective on this side of the battlefield is number 5, which is just behind one of the oil pumps, and that is being held on to by another squad of Grey Hunters. As we move into the Thousand Suns, we have objective number 2 just in between the rocks and the start of the now destroyed forest. Contemptor Dreadnought sitting on that, Chaos Spawn sitting on that objective, 20 Zangors sitting now just off that rocky outcrop, ready to basically try and counter the Space Wolves as they work their way up the battlefield. When then the final and 5th objective is number 3, which is just in front of the bastion. We have the Rhino hidden behind that, and they're in their Exalted Sorcerer and the Rubik squad ready to work their way up. We have the Contemptor Dreadnought hidden away inside that rocky outcrop. We have the Demon Prince, and then we finally have Ahriman, Shaman and Enlightened, basically going to be casting spells all over this battlefield as the 2 chapters, Thousand Suns and the Space Wolves, go toe to toe. 10,000 years of hatred is about to clash. So because the Space Wolves are deployed first, I have decided to get first turn. So it's over to Joe and whether or not he can seize the initiative, which he does.
Nice.
With a Geeks dice. Brilliant. Thousand Suns have now started their long march up the battlefield. Contemptor Dreadnoughts have both stayed still. Demon Prince slowly making his way up. The Spawns have moved up as well. And then obviously the big blob of counter punch for the Thousand Suns has moved up. They're now on to objective 1. We've got Ahriman. He's up on top of the rocky outcrops, as are the Sorcerers and the Enlightened now. Rubik Marines, they're out of the Rhino. The Rhino's moved around. The Thousand Suns at the moment are sitting on all 3 of the objectives as we head into the first turn of shooting. The Psychic Face with Thousand Suns, quite a lot going off in that turn. On the Zangors we have the Glamour of Zinch, so -1 to hit. We also have Science has gone off on the Exalted? Enlightened, that's the one over there. The Spawns had Warp Time cast on them as well, so they've got an extra 7 inches up the battlefield. I think it's about time the Thousand Suns opened fire and stopped messing around with all this magic. The first salvos of this battle are about to rain out. The Enlightened on top of the rocket outcrop. One of them can see the Dreadnought down here. So we have 2 shots hitting on 2s. Any 4s are auto wounds as well. So we have a 3, which is a hit, and a cock dice. Come on, Jack, get your dice. A 2, so we have 2 hits but no auto wounds. So that's quite nice.
Strength 5.
Yep. So we have 1 wound at -1, so I need a 4 up now. Yep, the Dreadnought passes that. Anything else to shoot, Joe?
And then maybe the Butcher Cannons.
Contemptor Dreadnought. He's going to shoot down. I'm guessing probably at the Thunderwolf Cavalry. 8 shots, all hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of the Demon Prince. So there are no... Well, there's 1-1. That's 8 hits.
Strength 8.
Oh, strength 8. Ooh, this might hurt. Maybe not. Maybe not. So
-1 and 2 damage.
3 wounds, -1. 3 4-ups to make. Only one of them goes through. 2 damage though. So the end of the first turn for the Thousand Suns. Lots of psychic, not much damage. 2 wounds put on one of the Thunderwolf Cavalry. Dreadnought unscathed. One thing we did forget to mention is at the start of each battle round we have to roll for which objective is worth double points, and this turn it is objective number 2, which the Contemptor Dreadnought is sitting on down there. As we head over to the Space Wolves, their charge across this battlefield is about to begin. Space Wolves now making their way up the battlefield. Thunderwolf Cavalry. I'm aware that this first strike in this mission, so kill something on the first turn. Spawns, 4 of them. Thunderwolf Cav, will they be able to chew their way through them? Or do we go over here and try and smash our way through them? Interesting, I've got a couple of choices going on. Wolfen, I advanced them 1 inch, brilliant. It's a 6-inch charge in, so they'll be able to go in there. Dreadnought has moved up as well. Maybe we had to get his last cannon shots on the Contemptor that's in there. Grey Hunters with Crom have moved up as well. They're looking at getting some bolter shots across this battlefield. Everybody else has stayed still. Let's head over to Space Wolf shooting. First shots from the Space Wolves have echoed around this battlefield. The las cannons from the Dreadnought going into the Contemptor. 5 wounds taken off. One of the shots actually missed. So the next to go is the Long Fangs. Now I'm going to shoot the las cannons and a missile at the same target, the Contemptor Dreadnought. I've also made him my priority target, so I get to re-roll 1s. So las cannons first. We have 1-1 and 1-2, so I get to re-roll that. So that is a hit. 3s to wound. Oh, do I re-roll that with a command point? Yes, let's do it. I kind of want this guy dead. Oh, brilliant. It's crack missile. Can we actually hit? We don't, but we get the re-roll. What is going on with this dice? I think that dice is going to get binned. Right, what else? The heavy bolter from the Long Fang shot down into the spawns, trying to chip some wounds off. No damage done. The Thunderwolf Cav threw a grenade. 2 damage done over there as well, so that's always nice. The Grey Hunters opened up with their bolters. No damage done. On the Zangors, the plasma gun, however, did shoot and killed one off. So at the moment, we're kind of tickling each other. There's no real damage done across this battlefield. However, we're about to go into assault. So in the charge phase for the Space Wolves, the Thunderwolf Cavalry have split their charge. No Overwatch, so I've done a multi-assault. We made it in, so we've got 2 guys in with the spawns. Herald Deathwolf is joining that combat as well because he made the charge in. Dreadnought failed. We're in over here, and the Wolfen joined in as well. The Wolfen are going to hit first. Now, they would normally hit on 2s because of Space Wolves +1 to hit, but these guys have got Glamorous Inch on them, which is -1 to hit, so I'm back to hitting on 3s. So, Frost Claws, 3 guys, hitting on 3s. That's not too bad, only 2 misses. Now, I become Strength 6, so your Toughness 4, so I'm winning on 3s with a reroll because of the Frost Claws. Probably a good thing for that reroll, actually. There's 2 more there. Oh no, there's another one there. So only 4 of them hit. That's better. So, Joe, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds at -2. 5 up invuln saves. You make 2 of them. They're 2 damage a pop. 6 dead. That's a good start. Thunderhammer's time. 1 guy 3 attacks, 1 guy 4 attacks, the pack leader. Now this is -1 because I'm a Space Wolf, so that becomes a 2. But then they're Thunderhammers, so that's +1, so that becomes a 3. But then there's the Glamorous Inch, which becomes a +1 as well. So I'm hitting on 4s by the time all the confusion lays itself down. So hitting on 4s. 2 miss, only 2 miss. I am Strength 10, wounding on 2s. So you have got 5 more invuln saves to make, mate. 5 ups. You make 2 of them. How many wounds each? Just the 1?
Yeah, just 1.
Yeah, so 3 more die from that squad. It's over to the Thunderwolf Cavalry now. So, over here, we have the Chainsword. 3 attacks. Normally hitting on 2s, but because of that Psychic, it's hit on 3s. All have hit. Quite happy with that. Strength 4, Toughness 4, so I will take that. That's 3 wounds. It's normal. It is normal save.
So
another 3 dead, and we've got to hit with the Power Fist now. So Power Fist is hitting on 4s because of all this psychic shenanigans. Hitting on 4s. That's helpful. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit out of order, so I'm going to do the Crushing Teeth and Claw attacks for these 2 guys here before we move over to this fight. So, 3 additional attacks each, so 6 attacks hitting on 3s. Oh wow. Oh wow, only the 1 has hit. Strength 5, so I'm wounding on 3s. It's a wound. It is -1 and 1 damage, so 5 up invuln save. Another guy pulled down to the wolves. Over to the spawns. Power Fist first, 2 attacks. I am re-rolling 1s because of Herald Deathwolf. 2 hits. Oh, 1 doesn't wound. Brilliant. So we got 1 wound, mate. No saving throw. So this is D3 damage. Just the 1. So there's a spawn with 1 wound left. Excellent. Thunderhammer time. Same again. Hitting on 4s. Oh, I don't get to re-roll that. Oh, it's a 1. Do I re-roll that with a command point? I could really do with First Strike. I don't think I'm going to make...
Herald to shot and the thing.
Yeah, I do have Herald to hit and the Crushing Teeth and Claws. No, I'm not going. I'm going to save my command point for that one, I think. So what we'll do now is we'll do the Crushing Teeth and Claws from those 2 wolves, and then we'll hit. Yeah, then we'll hit with Herald. So 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. Strength 5, Toughness 5, so 4s. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. -1, mate. 1 damage. 6s.
So that is 5. So it's
1 dead.
and then another one dies as well.
Yep, 2 down with Herald Deathwolf still to go. 2 guys left. Time for Herald Deathwolf hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of himself. They've all hit. Strength 7.
3s.
So 3s to wound. Oh wow, so you roll 3 1s. Only the 2 wounds, buddy. This is at -2.
So no save for that.
No save. And that's 2 damage a pop.
So 1 more dice.
If you suffer an unsaved wound from this weapon but are not slain, you roll a d6, and on a 6 you take a mortal wound. But obviously that hasn't happened because you've been wiped out. So then we've got the 3 additional attacks from his wolf, hitting on 2s. They've all hit. Strength 5. So 1 extra wound, -1. He saves it with a 6. The Zangors now are going to hit back. Joe's decided to put 4 attacks into the Thunderwolf Cavalry and 2 attacks into the Wolfen.
Yep.
So he's going to hit the Thunderwolf Cavalry first. So 4 attacks, hitting on
Hitting on 3s.
3s. How many attacks each?
So 1 base, but an extra 1 for the weapons, and then the guy with 2 swords is a sergeant to switch. So.
Oh, nice. Lots of dice. Oh, there's lots of misses in there, mate. Lots and lots.
This is strength 4.
Okay, so toughness 5. 5's to wound me.
Nothing.
No wounds. I'm happy with that.
And then
The Wolfen.
Oh, 1 hit. And then what's it, 4s?
Yeah, they are toughness 4.
Nothing.
Excellent. That was a good round of combat, mate. So it's now time for the spawn to hit me, but Joe needs to roll a d3 first. So if you roll, he rolls a 1. So Razor Claws, the hideous mutation of all Chaos Spawns in this unit, have an AP -4 until the start of the next fight phase. That is quite nice. So AP -4. Admittedly, I have Storm Shields.
4 attacks.
4 attacks as well. These things are quite brutish. These things are quite hard hitting.
4s.
4's to hit though. 2 go through, or 2 hit.
Strength 5.
Toughness 5. 4's to wound me. Oh, look at that. He makes 2 of them. So 2 3-up saves. Makes them. Into the morale phase. The spawn passes morale. His leadership 9. He's perfectly fine. However, the guys in the middle, the guys I can never remember the name of, Zangors, have failed their morale. They have gone, which will give me first strike, which is quite nice. Over to holding down the objectives. The Space Wolves are holding on to 1 there. The guys in the Bastion are holding me a second one. The guys in the middle holding me a third. So that's 3 victory points from objectives. Thousand Suns, Rubric Marines over the other side of the battlefield are holding 1, and the Contemptuous Dreadnought and the Demon Prince are holding on to this one. But this one is worth 2 victory points. So on objectives it is 3 all, and the Space Wolves just pull that little bit ahead with first strike. So as we enter the second battle round, we have to determine which one of the objectives is worth double victory points. Joe is going to roll this one because I rolled the last one, which is number 5, which is over here with the Grey Hunters sitting on it. Thousand Suns now looking at countering the movement from the Space Wolves at the battlefield. The Demon Prince, seeing the threat from the Thunderwolf Cavalry, has moved around. Contemptuous Dreadnought has also moved up, but still holding on to objective 2. The Rubric Marines have shuffled, I think is the best thing to say around there. Araman has also gotten out of the Rhino. Oh, the Exalted Sorcerer, sorry, has actually gotten out of the Rhino. But then we have some deep striking Terminators in on that side of the battlefield. They've boots on ground now. Grey Hunters standing in their way. Are they looking at sweeping round between the gap, taking out the Space Wolves as they work their way around the battlefield? So the psychic shenanigans for the Thousand Suns. We have Weaver of Fate's been put down onto the Terminators down here, so that's +1 to their invuln save. We have Death Hex been put down onto the Thunderwolf Cavalry. Prescience put on the Contemptuous Dreadnought, and then we've had Smite shenanigans going on all over the place. One of the Thunderwolf Cavalry has been killed, one of the Wolfen has been killed, and one has been put on 1 wound. Into the shooting phase for Thousand Suns. Lots of damage done to my Longfangs on top of the Bastion. 4 dead. That came from shots from the Contemptuous Dreadnought all the way down here. I've lost 2 Wolfen as well. They've been pulled down from combined shots from the Rubric Marines and the Exalted that are on top of the hill. They shot down, killing 2 off. Dreadnought's lost 2 wounds as well, which is a little bit annoying. The Rubric Marines shooting is still going on at the moment, and there are 3 wounds onto my Thunderwolf Cavalry. No, onto my Wolfen, sorry. So these are going onto the Storm Shield. So these are 3-ups, which pass. So there's no more damage done there. And I think we've still got the Terminators to go, haven't we? So where are they going? Are they going into the Grey Hunters?
So the missiles and the cannon will go into the Wolfen.
Okay, missiles, cannons into the
And
Wolfen.
the Stormbolters will go into
Grey Hunters?
Grey Hunters, yep.
Yeah, Grey Hunters down there. So missiles and the cannon into the Wolfen, bolter shots into the Grey Hunters. Let's do the missiles and cannon first, I think.
Cannon then.
Yep.
On 3s.
All have hit.
Strength 5.
Toughness 4.
So
3 wounds, 3 ups, storm shields. Now I ignore this one on a 5 or a 6, which I don't. So is it how many damage? Just the 1 damage. So 1 on 1 wounds.
Missiles. 1 hit.
Yep.
It's 1 wound.
3 up again. Fails it. 5 or a 6. Oh no, it's D3. Yeah, you need to roll that first, really, don't you?
D3.
So I failed 1. To be fair, 2 more left to roll. Pass 1, but that is the storm shield guy pulled down. Yep, and then we're into the bolter shots. So all the storm bolter shots rained into the grey hunters down here, killing 3 off. Managed to save 1, -2. That hurt. Into the charge phase, Joe went to take the Terminators into the grey hunters down here. Failed his charge range. I did a wound from the plasma gun from Overwatch. So there's 1 down, a wound over there. The Demon Prince made it in. I did throw a grenade, but I didn't hit. So where are you going first, mate?
Demon Prince.
Your Demon Prince. I thought you might somehow, as he's the only one in combat. Here we go. Guessing this is hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, but
All have hit.
and strength 7.
Ooh, toughness 5, so 3s. There's a few misses, 3 misses.
That is
4.
4, -2, but no influence. Death X.
Oh yes, Death X, so I'm not allowed to use my storm shields.
Well, you can, but
Right.
-2. But
-2 to my storm shields. Wait, it's a 5 up or a 5 up either way, isn't it, realistically? So 5 ups. Don't save any of them. So there's 1 dead.
damage.
Ooh, 2 damage each. Ooh, cheeky. That's 2 dead Thunderwolf cavalry. That hurt. Herald Deathwolf did heroically intervene, so I am going to get at least to hit this Demon Prince back. So Herald Deathwolf, because of his Warlord trait, I get 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. No re-rolls needed, they've all hit. So strength 6 versus toughness 7. 3s needed. So you roll 3 1s. 3 wounds done, mate. These are -2. Actually, I get to No, I don't get to re-roll. These are -2.
Influence.
Invuln save 4 ups.
So 2
2 go through, 2 damage a pop, and
4 wounds.
you survive. So I roll 2 dice. On a 6, you take a mortal wound. No extra mortal wounds done. So how many is he down to?
4 now.
4, and then we're going to hit with the wolf. 3 extra attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Strength 5, so 5s. Extra wounds, -1, 1 damage.
4 up again.
He makes that Invuln save, so the Demon Prince is hurt, but not dead. The morale phase for the Space Wolves, the Longfangs, completely and utterly wiped out, even with We Shall Know No Fear. Just not helpful at all. Wolf and the Thunderwolf Cavalry have passed fine. Space Wolves now having to counter everything the Thousand Sons are doing. The Grey Hunters at the back that took damage, they've shuffled back a little bit. Still on the objective though, so that's always nice. Herald Deathwolf has stayed in combat. Crom Dragon Gaze and the Grey Hunters, they've moved around a little bit. Dreadnoughts moved up. The Thunderwolf Cavalry have swung their way round the oil factory over here. Probably going to try and multi-assault the Spawn and the Demon Prince. The Wolfen I have moved and advanced, and I got a 6 for my advance. They're going to go into Araman. He's now the closest target. And then finally, the other squad of Wolfen are on the back of the battlefield, 9 inches away from them Rubric Marines with a reroll. So hopefully be able to get into combat and smash them as well. But let's head over to shooting. First shots from the Dreadnought into the Contemptor Dreadnought, who has regrown some wounds. One of the sorcerers pulled him back up to 8 wounds, but 2 las cannon shots have hit. 2 las cannon shots have gone through. Joe's just failed both of his saves. 8 wounds, 2 dice, D6 damage. Can we blow up the Contemptor Dreadnought? I'm going to re-roll that one with the command point, I think. 8 wounds. Does he go bang? Yes, he does. Are you going to use the CP? I thought you might. Please roll a 6. Oh. Rest of the shooting phase, the Grey Hunters down here shot into the Terminators, no damage done. Grey Hunters shot up at the Exalted on top, Enlightened, I'll get that right at some point, taking a wound. Stormfront launchers from the Wolfen at Harriman, no damage. Stormfront launchers from the other Wolfen squad at the Rubric Marines, no damage. Grenade from the Thunderwolf Cavalry thrown at the spawn, no damage. Let's head over to Assault. In the charge phase, everybody made it into combat that I wanted to. The Thunderwolf Cavalry declared the multi-assault, made it into the spawn and the Demon Prince. The Wolfen made it into Araman, and the other squad of Wolfen have made it into the Rubric Marines. And I've decided to go with Araman first, shockingly enough, because I kind of want his Warlord dead. So, Frostclaws, hitting on 2s. Yeah, let's not talk about that for a moment. What's your toughness?
4.
So toughness 4. I become strength 6. 3s to wound with a reroll. 2 wounds at -2.
So 2 3-ups. 1 goes through.
1 goes through. That is just the 1 damage though. And then we got 3 hits from the Thunderhammer, which means I'm now hitting on 3s. 1 fails to hit. Strength 10. 2s to wound. Command point. Yes, 2 wounds. This is obviously -3.
Okay, so 3-ups again.
3 ups. Oh, he goes and saves them both. There's only 1 wound off Araman. Where are we going to go next? I think we're going to probably come down here. I think next. So surprisingly enough, Joe's just intervened using 2 command points. As he just said, I tried to kill his Warlord, so he's now going to try and kill mine. Demon Prince. Over he goes. Re-rolling, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Hey, happy days.
Strength 7 again. So it is
4. So 4 3-ups to make. 1 goes through.
2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, I can live with that. Thunderwolf Cavalry now are going to go. So Power Fist first. I'm going to put the attacks into the spawn. Hitting on 3s. Because I'm a Space Wolf. So hit. No wound. Brilliant. Thunderhammer now. Pack leader. So 3 attacks. 3s. 1 misses. But I'm close enough to Herald Deathwolf to get his re-rolls of 1s. So with a re-roll, that's a hit as well. So 3 hits. Strength is 8. Toughness?
Prince 6.
6. So 3s to wound you. All 3 have gone through.
4 up in front.
4 ups. 1 goes through with the Thunderhammer. So that's a flat 3 damage.
So 1 wound left.
Demon Prince on 1 wound left. Crushing Teeth and Claws onto the spawn first, hitting on 2s. Strength is 5. So 1 wound, -1.
6.
6 up.
Oh, so 3 left.
3 wounds left. And then we've got the Crushing Teeth and Claws on the Demon Prince. Reroll 1s. All have hit. Strength 5. So 5s. 1 wound, -1.
4 up.
He's fine. He's going to be able to Herald Deathwolf to try and pull down the Demon Prince. Next one's to swing are the Wolfen that came in from the edge of the battlefield. I've done 9 wounds to the Rubric Marines. This is -2.
4 up in front.
4 up in saves. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 damage a pop.
So 6 die.
6 dead, and then I've still got hit with 2 Thunderhammers. Thunderhammer's doing the damage there, killing off that entire Rubric squad. We head over to Herald Deathwolf. 1 wound left on the Demon Prince. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of himself. So they have all hit. I become strength 6.
4s.
So 4s to wound you.
Oh.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Right, over to the wolf then. Re-rolling them. They have all hit. Strength 5, so 5s to wound you. We have 1 wound over there. It is -1, which he saves with a 6. The Demon Prince is still alive. Ah, dangs. I think that's everything fought. So the spawn has gone first. Gerald 2, so it's a -4 again. I've got 2 wounds to save. These are on Storm Shield, so 3 ups. 1 goes through. Just the 1 damage, so 1 has taken a wound. And then we're going to head over to Araman against the Wolfen. So, how many attacks?
4.
4 attacks, okay. Hitting on 2s.
Yep, rerolling 1s. Only 2.
All hit.
That's 6.
Toughness 4. 3s to wound me.
4. It's -1, but 3 damage.
Okay, so we're going to have to do these one at a time, realistically, because of the Storm Shield that's in here. So these are 3 damage each. Okay, so first one on the Storm Shield. Passes. Second one on the Storm Shield. Passes. Third one on the Storm Shield. Passes. Last one.
Nice.
Passes. Excellent. So I had to think about this quite long and hard. So, honour the chapter. Fight again for 3 command points. 3. That leaves me with 1 left. I get to hit Araman again. So I've decided to do it. 3 command points. He's got 4 wounds left. Frost Claws. Hitting on 2s. Becomes strength 6. So 3s with a reroll. Probably a good thing I have a reroll. So the Frost Claws have epically failed. Thunderhammer hitting on 3s. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 3-ups.
1 goes through.
1 wound left.
Araman's still alive. 1 wound. That's probably worth my 3 command points. It'd been better if I'd have killed him, but I haven't. So at the end of turn 2, some more powerful blows have been struck to each of the armies. Now starting to take quite a lot of casualties. There wasn't much done in the first turn, but second turn has really started to hurt. Araman 1 wound left. Herald Deathwolf 5 wounds left. Yeah, that hurt. So Joe has scored an extra 1 victory point because there's nobody within 3 inches of that objective down there. The Space Wolves, on the other hand, the guys inside the building, there's 1, there's 2, and then there's 3, but that is worth double. So I actually score 4 victory points to Joe's 1 this turn. So at the start of battle round 3, where is that double objective? Number 2, which is here, which is being held by my boys inside the Bastion. The last of the Thousand Suns reinforcements are now on the Zangor squad. Now, one of the things I had done is I'd spread myself out enough so Joe really struggled any place to put them down. Obviously I've got Wolfen there, Thunderwolf Cav, Dreadnought, Grey Hunters all over the back of that board. They've had to go there. So it's probably a little bit out of place. They've got they've got an objective in front of them, so they can come and pester a Dreadnought. What they called again? Exalted?
Enlightened.
Oh, Enlightened, so close. The Enlightened are on top of the hill. Drop down now onto that objective there. They've got the Wolfen near them. Araman, out of combat. He's moved back. Probably a good idea, because he's going to smite and shenanigans. Contentious Dreadnought stayed still. The Demon Prince and the Spawn have stayed in combat. So the psychic shenanigans now for the Thousand Suns. So the Terminators have Weaver of Fates put back on them. We also have Glamour of Zinch that's been put onto Araman all the way down there. And the only other thing to go off was Smites. So 2 wounds put on Herald Deathwolf. 1 wound put on the Wolfen up on the top, but I did save one of them because there were 2 wounds put on. I saved one went through. 1 of the Wolfen over there was pulled down, and 1 was put on a wound as well. Lots of smite, lots of good rolling from Joe. We head over to the shooting phase. Let's see what other damage he can add to the Space Wolves. So the Thousand Suns shooting. I've lost my first squad of Wolfen that was on top of the Rocky Outcrops. Basically the Contemptor Dreadnought and the Enlightened over there. I got the name right. Shot at him. Everything they had. Finally killed him off. And then now, all we've got to do is the Terminators. Everything else has failed to hit or has been saved. So Terminators down at the Grey Hunters, and then with the Stormbolters, and then the missile and the cannon are going at the Wolfen. So we're going to do the missile and cannon on camera.
So the cannon.
Cannon time.
4.
4 hits. That's good. 3 wounds. 4 wounds.
-3, but 1 damage.
1 damage. -6. This is going to be on the first Storm Shield. 3 ups. 1 goes through. How much damage? 3? 1 damage. 5 or a 6, I ignore it. I ignore it with a 6. And then we've got the rockets to do as well.
1 hit.
Excellent.
2 to wound.
It's a wound.
3 on Storm Shield.
Yep, on the Storm Shield. Failed.
That's D3 damage.
Oh dear.
Just the one.
Just the
We've
one.
got 1 wound left anyway.
1 dead. Grey Hunters completely and utterly wiped out by the 1,000 Suns Terminators. In the charge phase, the new boys on the battlefield over here failed to make the charge by 1 on a dice into the Dreadnought. Failed miserably. Spawn has just attacked. No damage done. It's Demon Prince on Herald Deathwolf, who's down to 2 wounds because of Smite. God damn that Smite. So you're hitting me first.
It's 4 ones.
4 ones, wow. All have hit apart from that one. Now, because of Veterans of the Long War, you're wounding me on 2s.
3 more ones.
Wow.
Good job I use that.
So 3 wounds, 3 3-up saves to make. So I failed 2.
It's 2 damage.
It's 2 damage. So even if I re-roll 1 of them with a command point, Herald Deathwolf is still going to die. Right, my turn to hit back. Power Fist and Thunderhammer from the Thunderwolf Cavalry against the Demon Prince. Power Fist first. 3s. 1 has hit. 1 has wounded. So 4 up in fun.
4. Nope.
Fails. He's got 1 wound left. It is a D3. Let's roll it anyway. Oh, it's just enough to kill him.
Just enough.
So the Demon Prince
He's dead.
is dead. Excellent, I like that. So Crushing Claws into the spawn. 2s. Not re-rolling 1s nowadays because obviously Herald has just popped his clogs. Strength 5, so 2 wounds.
2 6s.
1 wound.
Down to 2.
Yeah, down to 2 for the spawn. That spawn's tar pitting me a little bit now. Might have to disappear out of combat. Space Wolves now kind of abandoning their own deployment zone. There is 5 guys inside the bastion holding me that objective, but that's it. Crom and the Grey Hunter squad have moved up and around to keep hold of that objective in the middle of the battlefield. Lots of shots going to be going in to the guys right in front of them. Dreadnoughts moved around. Contemptor Dreadnought in sight. Thunderwolf Cavalry staying in combat with the spawn just so I can try and kill him off. Wolfen have moved their 7 and advanced 3 inches. Going to try and get into Araman. Probably might do a multi-assault, maybe take the Rhino out as well, maybe. We'll see. So yes, let's head over to shooting. Not much shooting this turn from the Space Wolves. We've pulled down 5 of the squad that I can never remember the name of. Zangors, they're the ones. So we've done damage of 4.
4, yeah.
4 dead. I'll take that. Stormfront launch against the Rhino, nothing. Las Cannons, shot, hit the Contemptor Dreadnought, failed to wound. Brilliant, just brilliant. So we're going to be heading over to the charge phase. Dreadnought against Dreadnought, anybody? So the Dreadnought failed to make it into combat, which is fantastic. Wolfen, I've declared a multi-assault against the Rhino and against Araman. No damage done on Overwatch. It's a 7, people. Oh yes, they are in. Wolfen against Araman time. Frostclaws first. 4 attacks each. Hitting on 2s as well, because I is a wolf. They have all hit. Wolfen, strength 6. Toughness
4.
3s to wound you with a reroll. Wow. Okay, so you've got 2, 4, 6 wounds, mate. You've got 6 wounds at -2.
So 6 ups. Not 3 ups even.
3 up in one saves.
He's dead, even with a reroll.
Even with a reroll, he is going to die. It's 1 damage a pop.
Yep, 1 damage, 1 wound left.
Araman falls to the Wolfen. So in the remainder of the combat phase, the Thunderwolf Cavalry have managed to kill off that spawn. That's good, that's helpful. They've also gone up 3 inches towards the nearest enemy, which is the Contemptor Dreadnought. Dreadnought and Thunderwolf Cav heading towards him. Possibly maybe turn the Dreadnought round as well, because most of the threat now for the 1,000 Suns is over in that corner of the battlefield. Terminators, they walk really slowly, so I'm not overly fussed about them. It's that big mess of Thousand Suns over in that corner that I think I'm going to have to deal with if I can kill that Contemptor Dreadnought. So the end of turn 3, that was quite a big turn, I think. Both of the Warlords being destroyed that turn. Ahriman going, Herald Deathwolf going. Slay the Warlord each. On objective front, I hold that one there, the guy inside the building, still holding on to that. So that is 2 victory points. One in the middle, that's 3 victory points. Joe holds that one with the Contemptor Dreadnought and that one with the Enlightened over there. So that's 2. So it's another 3 for me, another 2 for Joe. We're slowly racking up them victory points each turn. So as we enter into turn 4, it's Joe's turn to roll now. Where does this objective become double? A 4. Thousand Suns movement turn 4. Terminators, while they're slow, they're now within range of that objective over there, so they're holding that one there. That's always nice. The Zangors have moved up. They're going to be going into combat with those Grey Hunters more than likely, I'd have thought. These guys have split, so the Enlightened have moved so they can buff.
The Shaman and the Exalted Sorcerer moved to buff.
Yeah, moved to buff. And then the other guys have taken that objective, and the Rhino has fallen back. And the Contemptor has stayed still. Those guys have stayed still as well, haven't they, actually? Yeah, they've stayed still and the Contemptor stay still. I knew that was right. So, we're going to head over to Psychic and Shooting. Psychic for the Thousand Suns. This turn we have 1 dead Grey Hunter from Smite and 2 wounds taken off the Dreadnought from Smite. Now, Joe did roll an 11, so D6, but then he rolled a 2. So I'll quite happily take that, if I'm quite honest. And one of the Smites failed to do anything. He didn't cast it. The shooting phase, the Enlightened shot at the Wolfen, killing off the Storm Shield guy. Managed to save most of them, and then failed 1 5-up and, well, 2 5-ups, and he got killed. The Contemptor Dreadnought shot down at the Thunderwolf Cavalry. Managed to save 2 wounds on my Storm Shields, and that is literally everything shot. The Zangors have made it into combat, but it did cost them. 3 of them have been killed from Overwatch fire. Now, he did declare a multi-assault, so the Dreadnought's involved as well, and the Grey Hunters. But because I'm a Space Wolf player and I can heroically intervene from 6 inches, Crom is involved as well. Joe's decided to put most of the attacks onto the Grey Hunters. I've got 9 wounds done, and there's 2 other guys going to be hitting the Dreadnought. 9 wounds at -1. 4-ups. 4 guys die out of all of that. Okay, over to you hitting the Dreadnought.
2s.
Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, there it is, after a long spin.
So these are 5s.
Yeah, these are 5s.
1
at -1, so 1 4-up. I'll make that one. So 4 dead Grey Hunters out of all of that. So the Space Wolves hitting back. The Dreadnought's managed to kill 1 off. The Grey Hunters have managed to kill another 3 off. So it's over to Crom. I get 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Hitting on 2s even, which is a good thing actually. There's a lot of 2s there. So they've all hit. I become strength 6, so 3s to wound. 2 don't wound, so 3 have wounded. This is a 5-up invuln save. 2 have saved. Only 1 more dies. That is some good saving throws. Still quite a lot of damage done to that unit though. So we're going to head over to morale.
I'm going to use 2 CP first.
You're going to
fight again.
Oh, 2 CP to make them fight them again. That's it. Joe will now be out of command points once this is done. So you still can't hit Crom.
Nope.
That's a bit of a shame. Okay. So how many on the Dreadnought?
So just do 2 on Dreadnought to start with.
Yep. Both have hit.
Need that again.
1 has wounded. This is at -1.
Yep.
So 4 up for the Dreadnought. No, takes a wound. He's down to 3. 11 attacks. All have hit. Hitting on 2s is a bit cheeky.
3.
Okay. At -1. So I've got 3 4-ups to make. 2 more Grey Hunters die. Not much to move now for the Space Wolves. There isn't Well, there's things locked in combat, things in buildings. So Thunderwolf Cav, they've moved round. Wolfen, they've moved up and advanced 4 inches, looking at going into those guys on the back, holding on to the objective. Hopefully at the end of this turn, dead Dreadnought, dead them guys, dead them guys. I'd be happy with that. In the shooting phase, the bolt pistols from Crom and the pack leader shot in, killed a guy off, which is quite nice. But we're now over to the charge phase. Thunderwolf Cav into the Contemptor Dreadnought. 6s. So he goes and rolls 3 damn 6s.
So 3s.
3 wounds. 3 3-ups. 1 goes through.
2 damage.
2 damage a pop. So 1 is on 1 wound as they go into combat. They're going to make it, but let's roll. They're definitely in. And then the Wolfen down here, charging into these guys.
To reroll the ones.
Yeah, re-rolling.
Just the one.
Just the 1 still.
And it is an auto wound.
It's an auto wound. Nice. Any AP minus?
-1.
So this actually becomes a 5-up now. So it doesn't. 5 or 6 I ignore. No. Take a wound. Okay. 1 Wolfen on 1 wound. Thunderwolf Cavalry have hit, taken the Contemptor Dreadnought down to 6. Path is completely and utterly whiffed it and missed everything, which is brilliant. Over to the Wolfen next. So these guys hitting on 2s. Okay. 2 1s. No reroll buffs or anything. So now, what's your
T4.
T4 against strength 6, so 3s to wound with a reroll. That one's slightly cocked. Let me reroll that. So that's a wound. So these 3 need a reroll. 4 at -1.
4 5-ups.
4 5-ups. 2 have saved. They're 2 damage a pop.
2 damage a pop, so 2 die. 1 on 1 wound and 1 dies.
1 on 1 wounds and 1 dies. I'm quite happy with that result over there. The remaining hits for the Space Wolves, the guys down here, pretty much all dead. 1 lonely little sergeant left right by that objective. Failed to wipe that unit. Little bit annoying, but Thousand Suns now are going to hit back. So we're going to go first.
Start with the lonely little guy.
Lonely.
On 3s now to matter range.
Hitting on 3s, brilliant. And you roll 2 2s and a 1. Excellent.
Then the Zangora, the enlightened guy.
Yeah, the Enlightened.
These are hit on 2s.
Yep.
And these are 5, so just 1.
4-up save. Fails. 5 or a 6. Fails. So 1 guy actually dies, which means he will get to fight again in a moment. Contemptor Dreadnought then, hidden on 2s. So you roll 2 1s. 1 wound. 1 3-up. Makes it. Thunderwolf Cavalry guy survives that. Wolfen, the Wolfen that was just pulled down over in that corner, gets to hit again. 3s. Strength 6. 3 wounds. -1.
He's very dead.
He is dead. That's that unit wiped out. Happy days. So at the end of the 4th turn, Thousand Suns Terminators holding onto that objective over there. That's 1 for Joe. I hold up this one here. So with the Grey Hunters inside the building, that's 1 plus the bonus. So that's 2 for me. One in the middle is contested because the sergeant's still alive. The one here is contested because of the Contemptor Dreadnought and the Thunderwolf Cav. And the Wolfen guy over there is in range of that one. So I score 3 victory points. Joe scores 1 as we head into turn 5. So where is this double point objective going to be?
All of them.
All of them. Every single objective is worth 2 victory points in possibly the final turn of the battle. In the movement phase, Terminators have moved up a little bit more, very slowly, just securing that objective. The Sorcerer dude
Move forwards.
has moved up, and the Shaman has moved towards the Wolfen and the objective. So we're going to head straight into the Psychic phase because there's going to be smite all over the place. Right, here we go then.
So the Shaman smiting the Wolfen.
First smite.
Okay.
That goes off. Oh, it's a big one. 3 5-ups.
Oh, no.
Oh, he saves them all. The Wolfen is untouched. Joe also tried to cast Eternal Gaze on the Wolfen, failed to do any damage. The pack leader from the Grey Hunters down here has been killed by the second of the smites. So that means Joe's now realistically holding on to objective, because that guy behind the sergeant is a troop's choice. So we're going to move over to shooting. What's going to go then? What can you shoot?
I've got a pistol.
We have a pistol, people. The Warp Flame pistol shot at the Dreadnought. No damage done. Anything else to shoot?
Nothing else to shoot is in range.
No, nothing.
Is
Charging.
charging.
Where are you charging?
The sorcerer will charge into Crom.
Oh, Saucer to Crom. Bolt pistol. Nope. Will he make it? Yes, he will. So the sorcerer goes in. Is the shaman going to go into the Wolfen? I can't overwatch.
Can't overwatch, but you can still kill me back in return.
I can still kill you, yes. Is he going to do it?
I suppose I may as well, otherwise you're just going to kill me when you charge.
Yep, so you're going to charge in. 5. I'd imagine you're in range. We will double check. The shaman did make it in. We did measure up, but he's into combat. So 3 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, yeah, because of his own buff.
Nice, all of hits. Strength 6, toughness 4. 3s to wound me. 2 have wound. Now these are at -1. So these now become 5 ups. So I save 1. 1 goes through.
D3.
D3 damage. Oh, it's 2. So I've got 2 5 and 6s to make. Otherwise, this Wolfen dies. Yeah, you roll 2 6s. He's perfectly fine. Sorcerer time. 5 attacks because of an extra power sword. On to Crom.
You rolled 1. Yep.
2. They've all hit. Your hitting on 2s is pretty good going.
Are you T4 or 5?
Toughness 4.
So it's 3 at -3.
3 at -3. It's a good thing he's got a 4 up invuln save. I saved 2 of them. 1 of them goes through. So Crom has been taken down to 4 wounds. So the final piece of action from Joe there was the Tempter Dreadnought killing off the Power Fist from the Thunderwolf Cavalry. So I'm now going to hit with the Thunderwolf and the Thunderhammer, who's pack leader. So 3 attacks. 2 hits. I've got 2 hits. I'm going to need 3s. Oh, so you roll 2 2s. I do have a command point there. There's no point. Absolutely no point. So I think the next one I'm going to do will be the Wolfen over there. So 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All have hit. I'm strength 6. Your toughness?
4.
4. So 3s to wound with a reroll. All have hit. -2.
So 5 up in run.
5 up invuns.
He is very dead. 4 wounds left.
He is very, very, very dead. And then we're over to Crom. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of himself. All have hit. Strength 6, toughness
4.
3s to wound you. 3 wounds at -2.
So 5 up.
5 ups. Oh, only 1 of them goes through. D3 wounds. 3 wounds.
2 wounds left.
He's 2 left. I'll take that. It's a very quick movement phase for the Space Wolves. Thunderwolf Cavalry stayed still. Crom has stayed still. Dreadnought has moved around. I'm going to shoot the last cannons at the Rhino, and I'm going to go into combat with the Sergeant on there. The Wolfen has moved up onto that objective. I've just shot Crom's pistol. We hit. We didn't do any damage. Last cannons. 3s. 1 hit. 3.
So 6 up saves.
6 up.
Nope.
No. D6 damage. Brilliant. Just the 1. I'm okay with that. The Dreadnought has managed to just annihilate the Sergeant that's on that objective. I then hit with Crom as my choice, killing off the Sorcerer. Contemptor now. It's Joe's turn. Here we go.
2s again.
2s again. They probably all hit, I'd have thought. Yes, of course they have.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 3-ups. Oh no, both of them have gone through.
Just 1 damage each.
Oh, 1 damage each. He's still alive with 1 wound remaining. I'm going to hit you back now. So, Thunderhammer. Hitting on 3s. Oh, only 1. Only the 1. It has wounded though.
4 plus.
No.
Down to 3.
Yes, he's alive with 3. But we've still got the Wolfie to hit as well. Which have all hit. Strength 5, so 5's needed. Nah, no damage done. At the end of turn 5, not much left on the battlefield. All objectives are worth 2 victory points. This is quite big now. So Joe holds 1 over there. So that's 2 victory points. I hold 1 there. That's 2 victory points. I hold that one in the middle. So that's 4 victory points. I hold that one with the Wolfen. That's 6 victory points. And then Joe does hold this one because my Thunderwolf Cavalry is out of the 3 inches. So he gets 4 victory points. So 6 for me, 4 for Joe. But the question is do we get to turn 6? Do you want to do me the honours? No, we do not. So there we go, that is the end of the game. That was a bloody encounter between 2 chapters who hate each other and cannot stand each other, as I thought it would be, to be honest. But it is a win for the Space Wolves. 22 victory points to 13. Linebreaker scored on both halves as well, Terminators and the Wolfen over there securing that. But what a great game. Let's head over to the post-game review. Hi guys, welcome to the post-game review. Wow. Okay. That was really good fun, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. I always love it when Space Wolves and Thousand Suns face off, just because of that history. And yeah, that was quite bloody.
Quite bloody. There's still a few things left, but not that much.
There really wasn't, actually. On both sides took a lot of casualties today. Yeah, no, that was great. It's a Space Wolf win, 22 victory points to 13. Yeah. I managed to get quite lucky with the doubles.
A couple of doubles, but... Yeah.
But I was holding, I think pretty much every turn, I think I was holding on to more, wasn't I, as we were going through. So how do you think your Thousand Suns performed today? Because you were smiting and putting stuff down all over the place.
It went pretty well. Say, the Terminators kind of dropped in the middle of nowhere for most of the game, chasing points.
But you did kill off a Grey Hunter squad, and you did get an objective towards the end of the game with them, so they did okay.
Yeah, so it was
they
good,
did all right.
Fair bit of shooting. Usually don't take Dreadnoughts or Spawn, so it was interesting taking those for a spin.
Your Spawn was annoying me. Your Spawn squads were quite annoying today, weren't they? Because they literally tar-pitted my Thunderwolf Cavalry a little bit.
Yeah, all for 100 points as well.
100 points. I'm not going to tell you how much my Thunderwolf Cavalry are. Your Dreadnoughts were good today. Both of them, actually.
Butcher cannons, especially.
The butcher cannons. Wow. They were
one was a bit of a mix-up in what I had modelled at the time. So
yeah, but it worked as well.
Yep.
Did work. And alive at the end of the game.
Yes.
Which is always nice to see. So who would your unit be of the game? Would it be your Spawns, or are you going to go somewhere else?
So pretty much with Spawn, they say they tar-pitted you for like 3 turns.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Did more than I expected.
Survived.
They survived. Yeah. So yeah, I probably look at taking them again. Or maybe a couple of units or just a bigger squad. But
yeah. What about the fact you had to deep strike in a unit, not where you wanted to, because the way that I was spread all across the battlefield?
I'm just glad I didn't take a unit of 30.
Yeah, I don't think you'd been able to place them.
Not really.
And was at that point as well in the game where if you hadn't brought them in,
they would have died.
They'd have gone.
So it's either there or in my deployment zone.
Or in your carry case.
Yeah. So yes, not many options, but yeah, it was...
Which, to be honest, and I will admit that in my back lines, I'd purposely put myself out as much as I could to try and stop you from deep striking into my lines. What happened up in your deployment was a complete accident. I didn't actually mean to kind of block off the majority of the battlefield from your deep strike, but I'll take it.
Yep.
And that worked quite well. For me, unit of the game, second squad of Wolfen, I think. The guys that were in hunt mode and came on, because they came on, they got straight into combat with the Rubric Marines, wiped them all out. Chased down Araman, killed him off. Immediately was like on 1 wound at that point because of the other Wolfen squad, but killed him and then managed to get back across the board to where they'd come on and then take out your Enlightened
and hold the objective for another 2 points.
Yeah, so I think they performed really well today and were literally bouncing around all over this side. And they scored me Linebreaker as well. Yep. The one guy that was alive. But no, the great fun game. It's nice to get Space Wolves on the channel again. It's been a little while. To the debate of Thunderwolf Cav Wolfen, and it's a difficult one to call because they were tied up. I mean, admittedly, I don't think my dice rolling helped because I was whiffing quite a lot with them.
Power Fists and Thunderhammers?
Power Fists and Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. They still are quite strong. And those extra claw and teeth attacks that you get. I think they perform quite well. But my Wolfen performed better. And I do have a third of squad of Wolfen to paint up. That was very kindly sent to me by one of our viewers. Yeah. Thank you very much. I need to paint them up. And then I'll have 3 squads of Wolfen running around the board. And I think that's probably got a little bit more legs.
Would you say points as well?
I'll probably say points as well. I think it's about 396 points for my Thunderwolf Cavalry squad. They are not a cheap unit because of 10 points of Storm Shield. But yeah, no, I thought it was really good. I thought Crom did okay today. Hell, Deathwolf was again a little bit disappointing. I might retire him for a little bit and then mix it up. But no, that was a really great fun game. I love the difference in the armies because obviously I'm quite close combating and want to get into combat. But you're psychic. Wow.
You got to move very quick.
Yeah, I did. But even then, when I was close and you were charging me with those ones I can never remember the names of.
The Zangors?
Zangors, they're the ones. They hit, and they hit hard.
Yes, especially with all the buffs. So hit on 2s, rerolling 1s with the Sorcerer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they really do. They hit and hit hard.
War if I want to, and then fight again. And
yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that was doing the damage. But no, that was a really great fun game. It's great to get Joe onto the channel and definitely get him back on quite soon. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, please leave us a comment. What do you reckon to the 2 armies? Like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to click that little notification icon so you never miss any of our content when we upload it. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.